Hi, good morning to you all. I want to talk a little bit on self-leadership today. I believe that the most difficult person to lead is not your leaders, it's not your followers, it's yourself as a leader. Leaders are most difficult. You are the most difficult person to lead is yourself as a leader. Self-leadership is very critical in leadership. As a leader, it is very, very important to be able to lead yourself to do your own personal studies, to lead yourself to prayer, to lead yourself to doing your responsibilities and everything that you need to do. When you look at David, it's very interesting in 1 Samuel chapter 30, the Bible says he came back from the Philistines from war and he went back to Ziklag, his hometown. And when he got there, he realized that it has been attacked and they have taken everything that belonged to him, the wives, the children, and their material possessions. And right there in that moment, the Bible tells us that the leaders, the soldiers of David started to have a problem with him. Some of them, they thought of stoning him. They thought of beating him up because they were so angry with him as a leader. And David realized right there in that moment that the best thing that he could do is to lead himself as a leader. And the Bible says what David did, David strengthened himself in the Lord. You see, you need to be at your best as a leader to be able to lead others. You need to make sure that you are well taken care of to be able to lead others. You see, if you cannot lead yourself well as a leader, then burnout is unavoidable. There are lots of bad things that will be inevitable in your life if you fail to lead yourself as a leader. Daniel Goleman says the difference between the small percentage of leaders who develop to their fullest potential and those who are not is self-leadership, and he calls it emotional self-control. You need to be a good expert in leading yourself as a leader, leading yourself in your character, in your competence. You need to be able to lead yourself as a leader. Because I believe that if we excel as leaders in leading ourselves, then we'll be able to lead those who follow us well. We'll be able to lead our leaders. It is also important as a leader once in a while to always ask yourself, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses? It is so important for you to know those things as a leader. And once in a month, take some time as a leader and ask yourself, how am I leading myself? Personal evaluation of leaders is very critical when you lead. And next time when you discuss self-leadership again, I'll suggest a few things that you need to do as you evaluate yourself as a leader on your self-leadership. And I tell you that if you excel as a leader, your followers will be better and good leaders. You'll raise excellent leaders when you are able to lead yourself as a leader. And I want to encourage you leaders, challenge yourself. Lead yourself, challenge yourself, set high standards for yourself, and make sure that you live up to those standards that you set for people. It is very, very important. Your personal growth is important, and you need to lead yourself in your personal growth as a leader. Because when you grow, those who are under you will grow. And I want to encourage you, there's a video on YouTube about from Dr. Maxwell. And Maxwell there speaks about the law of the lead. It is a very powerful teaching about the leader's growth. And it's one level where we need to lead ourselves well as a leader. I want to encourage you, go to YouTube, Google it. It is there. You learn a lot. It will impact you big time as a leader. That is only one part of your life where you need to lead yourself. You need to lead yourself when it comes to your family. We need to lead yourself when it comes to your work. And I want to challenge you, don't undermine leading yourself. It's another thing to speak about your standards to people and expect people to live up to those standards. It's another thing for you to challenge yourself to live up to that standard as a leader. And I want to challenge you today, don't set yourself low standards. When it comes to character, don't set yourself low standards. Make sure that your standards are high and you live up to those standards as a leader. And I tell you, when you're at your best as a leader, those whom you lead will become better people and become better leaders. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll pick up on the subject tomorrow again as I suggest to you a number of ways that you can evaluate yourself as you concentrate on leading yourself as a leader and becoming a better and great leader. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you.